Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the iceHQ ice rink in the Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on one of the traditional lands, where we are about to be privileged to watch Game 2 of Round 1 of the Pro Summer League for 2023. My name's Carl Brewer, and joining me once again this night, where it's been a great hockey night, is none other than Anton Gossi. We're watching the Bruins play the Moat Inferno tonight. How's it going to go?
We got the two new captains, Jordan Warren leading the retooled Bruins with Mikey James, arguably the most flashy goaltender from last season, coming over here for the Bruins up against the man on fire, new captain Steve Bellick for the Inferno with Brian McKenzie at the back. So early on, before the season started, after the draft, both these captains were very confident, both claiming they were going to go undefeated. So there can only be one winner tonight. So one of them will be wrong. No, it's shootout, mate. It'll go to a shootout. So
it's not a real result.
It's a win. It's a win in my books. So one of these teams will go 1-0, and one of them will be the losers. But be an interesting match, right? These were the two teams that finished third and fourth last season, with the Bruins losing to the Snipers in the play-in final.
They would have been a bit disappointed by that. The Bruins started off last season very well and then faded a bit towards the finish as the Snipers improved. We were just privileged to see an excellent game between the Snipers and the CCM Dogs, which went to the Dogs 3-1, but it was a contest all the way through until about 10 minutes to go when the Snipers just ran out of legs. Both teams here tonight pretty evenly matched, very even in terms of numbers. An interesting thing for the Inferno, Steve Bellick, who's known for being one of the best defensemen around, is playing forward for the Inferno tonight, which is an interesting thing. We'll be intrigued to see how that pans out for them. We saw earlier on when Jamie Burke placed Kahu Joyce, who normally plays D, up forward, and he ended up scoring 2 of the 3 goals for the Dogs. I'm betting that Mr. Bellick would like to emulate that.
Yeah, well, we have a great team here from the Bruins. They brought back a bunch of their talent. They got Jordan Warren, Josh Walt. Brought back the young duo there of Jacob Maver and Gavin Birchler. But the player that Warren had us really excited about was David Nelson, his countryman there from West Carleton. He'll be playing his first game over here for the Pro Summer League, and he was arguably the steal of the draft if you ask Jordan Warren. So let's see if he can tickle the twine tonight.
Well, Ray Cale was wearing our T-blades too, which is an unusual set of skates. We'll see him out there with them on.
Oh, mate, yeah, he loves those old Ray, and he's wearing number 86 there out on the ice, and definitely you'll be able to notice him in those T-blades. And a little bit of a rookie here in the Pro Summer League, and he's wearing the C on that Tommy Powell jersey. So we'll be excited to see him play his first game here in the Pro Summer League. And looking over on the Inferno, right, Brian McKenzie will be between the pipes, and Kai Narus, one of the junior Summer League players, he's young Kai, he's coming up, and he'll be wearing number 3 there for the Inferno.
So it is great to see there's a pretty strong junior development program running here at iceHQ, and the players are getting an opportunity to come up and play in this Pro League, which is a fantastic piece of development for them, all integrated within what the league is doing here in its program. So we're delighted to play our small part in that and see that players are coming up through the development leagues here and getting a run in this competition, which is absolutely seeing some of the best players in the state and indeed the country playing hockey for our entertainment. Full contact. It's no holes barred. Not quite Texas rules, no referee, no rain check, no paycheck for the loser. But it's a very entertaining hockey, and you will see physicality, you will see hits, you'll see the occasional late hit, and we saw one of them earlier which did get penalised. We're about to be underway very shortly. The Bruins in the orange, the Inferno in the red and white. Inferno led by their captain Steve Bellick, who has moved himself up into the wing today, which will be interesting to see how that pans out. I'm sure he'll do it very well, and he'll be looking to emulate the same success that Carter Joyce had earlier for the Dogs.
Jordan Warren will be playing with Josh Walt, who played all season last year, but instead of Tommy Powell, they've got their trade target, Matt Corunna, the ex-doggy there, playing on the right, and we're underway here with a face-off win by the Inferno. And here comes Drake battling there, but nice job there by Walt to send it over, and nearly picked off there by Drake. And here's the flying Frenchman, Hector Vrelnik, out for Drake, over to Drake, shot, save, scores! Just like that, Mikey James not able to keep that pad on the ice. And the Inferno, in under 20 seconds, score with Chris Drake there for the first goal there for the Inferno.
We've seen Rolnick set them up so many times for the Ducks with just that magnificent play behind the net. And he just has a sixth sense for where his teammate is and gets it pass across to a player in the slot. Just taps it in, makes it look easy.
That's the start they wanted, and there's a big smile on Drake's face. And here's the flying Frenchman now, Hector Frelnick over the blue line. Little turn, and he's laid out there by Krutzev. And here come the Bruins. So a quick start here for the Inferno. The spark is on, the fire is lit. What will the Bruins have in return? And that's a big hit that nearly knocked over this monitor. Be careful, Mr. Tasha. Alrighty. So here we go. That's Kruselev looking over for Captain Warren now. Nice little move to dodge the defender there. He takes a shot on, and a nice blocker save there by McKenzie. Todd Cutter with it now. Sends it back for Corona. Corona twisting and turning with the puck in the corner, battling two Inferno players. And the puck comes back out there for the a little bit of zone pressure. Loose. There is Cutter battling hard with Alex Rose. Inferno are now going to get the puck out through the flying Frenchman Hector Vrelnick. That comes up to Lee Turner, who chips that into the corner, and he'll get there against Ray Khalil. Khalil sends that up on the boards, gets it again, but a nice move there by Turner to get away from the defender. Khalil, though, chips that forward, and here's Seb. Seb Bergstrom over to Khalil in. A nice little stick check there by Kai, who collects it now in the corner.
Offside.
So looks up, looking for the sauce, and that misses it, and Jacob Laver will collect it on his own blue line. Looking cross ice over to Birchler. Birchler being watched there by Bellick, and he'll send that puck deep for his teammate there in Bergstrom to give chase. So Bergstrom looking in front for Walt. Walt with the backhand and sends that into the corner. Here now with the Inferno back behind the net is Jack McCoy. McCoy over to Knox. Sends that over, and Bellick will send that deep. That's a nice job there by Laver, who looks to collect some speed. Khalil finds Jordan Warren, who just dodges a hit there by Drake. And the Bruins player and Laver not able to get the shot off. So a good bounce back by the Bruins after letting in the quick goal. And the puck gets shot down, and icing is waved off as Nate Keisha gets back there first. He finds his captain there, and Warren looking for Cutter, but a nice stick there by Alex Rose.
So what we're seeing in this one, it's been a bit more physical in the first couple of minutes than the last game. This guy's not backwards in stepping up.
Well, the Bruins, Jordan Warren, the captain, he said he was building a team that was big, bad, hard-hitting, that could roll three lines. And despite the early laps and great goal there by Vrelnick and Drake, the Bruins have lived up to that moniker so far. But Austin McKenzie reverse hits young Krutzev there, and Chris Drake now, the goal scorer, gets it behind there for Thompson, or Klomp, sorry, Dean Klomp. So here's Austin McKenzie now, twisting, turning, takes a shot, deflected by the Bruins defender, and Birchler now looks over for Corona. So here's Corona, just trying to dodge the check there of Klomp. Klomp drops it for the flying Frenchman, Hector Frelnick. So here's Frelnick, finds McKenzie on the backhand, brings it to the forehand, shot saved by James, and he stretches out and pulls that one in as Dean Klomp was there on the doorstep, ready to pounce.
Just that dangling puck, we might get to see that on the rebound, how close that was to being the second effort goal. It's the second efforts here that makes so much difference. And great play there, Inferno.
So here's the face-off win there by Knox. The puck gets down into the corner for Bellick, who reverses it over, and there's Knox there collecting on the half wall. He's going to reverse it back, and Steve Bellick will get there first. He looked to chip that in front, but that was intercepted nicely there by Jacob Laver. He looks for Birchler, who got a little bit lucky there with the pinching Kai Garus, who wasn't able to collect that puck. So the Bruins will now corral it in their own zone. Jacob Laver looks up for Birchler. He's going to send that in, and off goes the forwards there in Todd Cutter and Seb Bergstrom. So the Bruins here now have it on the point. Shot through, deflected off the hand of McCoy. And first to it will be Steve Bellick, who sends it up on the half wall. Khalil sends a shot wide. That's going to carry him over to the point. On it now is Jacob Laver, who sends it deep for Corona. Corunna with it, sends it in front, but blocked there by Jackson or Lee Turner. Puck now in the corner. Nice little cycle work going on by the Bruins. Corunna gets it back to Laver, who winds, shot, blocked there by Knox. So again, the Bruins able to corral it. They cycle it deep with Warren. Warren walking up off the half wall. He's got Jacob Laver. He walks the line. Warren now over to Khalil, who's going to send that deep. And Corunna's going to get there first on the half wall, being chased by Knox. And he slips. And Knox with it now. And the Inferno might get out through Turner, who finds Knox. So here's Knox now walking through. Kicks it up to his stick. Over into the offensive zone. Brings it to the forehand shot. Saved by James. Over to Turner, who takes it behind the net. He's being watched by Khalil, but Turner still with the puck, cuts in, and he slips and falls there, which will allow Walt to collect it, but get it only as far as Dean Klomp. What flow does this man Dino have, eh? Coming out the back here, and here he comes. Dean Klomp winds, looking for a shot off the foot there of Laver and wide.
Good option, trying to shoot through the feet, and mask the shot from the goalie. Well done.
Yeah, great job. And Jacob Laver just backs up, and that goes off the stick of Cutter and down, and hands up there for icing, and that will not allow the Bruins to change.
It's been a pretty frenetic first 6 minutes of this game. I don't think there's been a stoppage at all, and apart from the goal.
Well, we're looking at the flow line on tonight. Eh? We've got Dean Klomp with the flow coming out of the bucket, but look at the curls coming out of Hector Fronek. Looking sharp, my man, mid-season form. So here's Hector now with it. He tried to get past Cutter, but wasn't able. And here comes the Bruins out with Matt Corunna. He's going to skate that through the neutral zone, get over the red line, over the blue line, curled through, and he's laid out by Dean Klomp, allowing the Inferno to collect that behind the net. So some nice puck movement by the Inferno here. Here's Austin McKenzie in over the blue line, cuts through, nice move shot, and it squeaks through. It's a goal! Austin McKenzie walks through the Bruins defense and sends that through the wickets. And Michael James has let in the second goal here in the first, as the Bruins are now down by 2.
The replay, we might see it. The replay, not the camera just kind of missed it a little bit, but we might see it now. It might have been the second effort, I think, Ossie, that went in.
Yeah, so the nice little move, and Austin McKenzie gets it through, and it
Yep,
just squeezes in. There we go.
Effort.
So it was Dean Klomp on the rebound as the Austin
getting the
McKenzie puck squeaks just through the legs of Mikey James. He'd be a little unlucky on that one, and we've got a 2-0 lead for the Inferno. Just the start that Captain Bellick would have wanted.
And also a good one for Brian McKenzie in goal for the Inferno. He's had enough shots on him to keep him busy and involved in the game, but not enough to get past him. So he'll be pretty happy with how he started so far.
So Austin McKenzie now with 2 apples on the night. He's on his way to a bushel. And here comes Matthew Knox. He's going to shoot that in, and Mikey James will cover that one up. So great start here for the Inferno, and despite the 2 early goals, not Mikey James' fault whatsoever. He hasn't had much support on either of those goals.
Well, he's only as good as the defence in front of them, is the old saying, and it's absolutely true. Inferno, that move, I think, of moving Steve Bellick forward and just getting a bit of extra pressure up high is certainly working well for them now.
Oh, nice stick there by Keisha, just to keep that away from Knox. Otherwise, that would have been a tap-in on the doorstep there. So puck goes deep into the Inferno zone, up by 2. That's kind of intercepted there by Cutter. In shot, save by McKenzie. Oh, what a save, Brian McKenzie, as he just patiently waited and stood up there to the save of Cutter. And
got a goal there. Got behind him that time.
There we go. So despite making the big save, Todd Cutter throws it on net, and that puck just squeaked in on the short side. And one would argue that that's equal to hockey gods equaling it up after a very similar goal there on Mikey James.
You'll see it here on the replay straight away. The first effort goes through the back of him.
There you go. So it just comes through, and unfortunate one there for Brian McKenzie after making one hell of a save on the interception there by Todd Cutter. But we're now here to a 2-1 game as things are heating up here in Game 2 of the Round 1 of the Pro Summer Hockey League.
The previous game a little bit more clinical. This one's been a little bit more rigorous. And I'm going to say at the moment, very entertaining game.
So Mikey James out of the net. He sends it over to Laver. He finds the captain in Jordan Warren wearing the bubble here tonight. So Jordan Warren with speed through the neutral zone, over the blue line, winds up, takes a shot, saved there by McKenzie, and collected there by Alex Rose, who reverses it into the corner and sends it up on the half wall, but intercepted there. Corunna with a shot, scores! Matt Corunna with the clapper, top cheese, and he's tied the game 2-2 here with just over 7 minutes remaining in the first period.
Just like that, we're seeing a lot of goals scored. It's pretty exciting. Unless you're a goalie, of course, you're pretty unhappy about it. But great play from the Bruins to strike back from that early flurry by the Inferno. It's been all attack, both teams.
Yeah, just a tough clear by the Inferno up the half wall. No one there to collect it, as there were 2 Bruins, and Matt Corunna just walked off the wall, and like he did so many times last season for the Doggies, just put that top cheddar, and that's the goal scoring that Jordan Warren would have wanted when he traded those picks for pick number 2 for Matt Corunna there in the draft. So here the Inferno now battling. It's a tie game just like that, 2 quick goals, and we're back even Stevens. Captain Bellick with it, looking across over for Lee Turner. Nice little tap down to corral that puck. Finds McCoy just through the center there, just patiently waiting, finding Bellick, who will take that through himself now. Bellick finding some space, trying to stick handle in a phone booth, and out comes the puck with Todd Cutter.
Bruins with an excellent neutral zone trap there. They weren't giving Inferno any room at all to get through.
Here we go. So Matthew Knox only knocks it back as far as the hard-hitting defenseman Evan Krutzev. He's out there with Nathan Keisha, and they play catch. Krutzev now looking up, finds Seb Bergstrom, who walks in, gets it back there for Keisha, who sends that deep. Puck now with Gavin Birchler looking for Cutter, but intercepted there by Lee Turner, who just couldn't find Bellick, and Bellick will turn off for a change. But here comes Todd Cutter, and just out of the reach, but he corrals it. He's got a teammate there in front in Birchler, can't find him, and McKenzie makes the save. Now behind the net is Jacob Laver, looking back for Ray Khalil. Khalil now with it, winds up, takes a shot, pad save there by Brian McKenzie.
So good sustained pressure from the Bruins. A little bit of a sloppy change from Inferno. Set that up. They're a little bit outnumbered for a little while. The Inferno and the Bruins almost made them pay.
So here's Dean Klomp now with the puck. He twists and turns. He looks over for McCoy, who is probably looking for a change. And with the interception, now he'll change. Here comes Klomp. He looks forward for Hector Fronek, but that was intercepted by Laver. And now here's the captain, Jordan Warren. Part deep, goes in front, shot, scores! Jordan Warren sends it in front to Josh Wolt. And just like that, 3 unanswered goals, and the Bruins are up 3-2 here on the Inferno.
Once they better pass across to an unmarked player in the slot there. A few little defensive lapses there for the Inferno in the slot. You see it here in the replay. And the puck comes across, and it's beautifully timed pass, and then just tapped in.
That's one way to
through the 5-hole.
That's one way to put out a fire, eh, Carl?
Yep.
The Inferno were heating up, but Jordan Warren using his speed to take that out wide, pulled the defender just so much to allow his teammate in Walt to get open, and Walt made no mistake as he scores the go-ahead goal here in the first.
Mikey James then just tapping the puck off.
Here's that replay. So you look at that, the speed, everyone puck watching, and that was Alex Rose just on the wrong side there of Walt. And Walt was able to go hard to the net, keep his stick on the ice, and pop that one in. So Lee Turner looking to get that back to Klomp, and Jordan Warren hits him, and that allows Walt to get in. So here comes Walt. Oh, and a great stick there by Rose. But Warren now with it takes the shot, and a nice job to suppress that and leave no rebound as Matt Corunna was there on the doorstep.
McKenzie there trapping that one between his pads, so not giving any opportunity at all for a second effort. But what a change in this game. In the first 10 minutes, it was Inferno up 2-0, and now it's completely the other way around with the Bruins up 3-2.
It's back and forth hockey. Just what the fans love, but coaches hate.
It's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, good thing these well, no, we do have some coaches there on the bench. I just think the Bruins maybe no coach, so he doesn't have to be unhappy. So here we go, puck down low here in the Bruins zone. Puck comes out for Keisha. He's got his head up, taking a look, looks over and finds Cutter. Cutter now with it, walking the line, takes it to the backhand, and that's chipped out, and Lee Turner now will chase in on Cutter. Lifts his stick, but Seth Bergstrom able to get there first and send that up there for Keisha.
So Turner looking to try and get some up ice hits by the look of it. So the Inferno trying to get aggressive up on the forecheck.
And with that, the puck is touched, and that's an offside.
We will have, with just under 3 minutes to play, the Bruins 3 goals to the Inferno 2. And shots on the net, 10 to the Bruins, 7 to the Inferno, which pretty much reflects on how the play has gone. It's been pretty even, and there's been a lot of end-to-end hockey and a lot of interesting neutral zone caps.
Yeah, so just off the skate there of Warren, but in comes his teammate, longtime teammate here, 2 seasons, if you want to call it, Walt. And Corona now looks at there, just tried to kick that forward was Chris Drake, and the puck comes in for Kai, just missing McKenzie. Back to Cleo with the shot, but just wide there. Collected and sent deep, and we're going to have a race for it. Austin McKenzie is going to get there, but Mikey James came out there first. And here's Hector with it now on the half wall. Looked across, intercepted there with a nice stick by Walt. Walt's going hard to the net. Corona looking to find Walt again, but a nice defensive play there by McCoy. But puck comes out for Laver, who fans on it. But he'll get there first into the corner. He's going to reverse that. Battled hard there with Hector Vronek. Just keeps his composure and forces Victor off. And Laver now twisting and turning. And the cycle game is on for the Bruins. So this is that cycle game that Jordan wanted. And the puck comes out. And a nice save there by McKenzie.
You did see earlier some excellent defensive play by McCoy by managing distance and denying.
Here's Warren's shot. And that's another save there by McKenzie. Nice job there by Ray Khalil. He's going to get that in. It's going to come to Corona. Shot. Saved by McKenzie.
McKenzie getting lit up at the moment. We're just under 1 minute and 20 seconds to play in the first. And we are 3 goals to the Bruins, 2 goals to the Moat Inferno as we get a change and the clock continues to tick down. We don't go to stop time until the third period if with 2 minutes to go, if the margin is 2 goals or less.
So here's the face-off here, won by the Bruins. Back to Keisha, who winds up and fakes that and sends that down to the half wall. Looking in front of that bumper position, not able to find a teammate, and out come the Inferno. So here's Knox. He's got Bellick with him, but a great stick there by Krutzev forces the Inferno to tag back up, and here's Nathan Keisha with the puck now. Krutzev is going to send it back to his defensive partner, who has it there on the near side. Intercepted by Knox, in, rolling puck shot, but right into the chest of Mikey James, who was far out of the blue. And I can tell you what, when you're that far out as a goaltender, Matty Knox would have seen nothing.
That intercept came from the pressure put on the Bruins defensive play there by Steve Bellick getting deep in the corner and taking his eyes off him.
So Knox faced off against Cutter, and Cutter wins it. Keisha able to collect it behind his own net. He's going to skate it out with speed. Over to Cutter. Cutter's in 1-on-2. He's got Gavin Birchler with him, but a nice defensive play there by the Inferno to block that attack. And that'll end the first period, which has been a frenetic period. The Inferno came out to a quick 2-goal lead, and then the Bruins came back and put out the fire. 2 quick goals. The first there by Todd Cutter, and then followed up by the trade target there in Matt Corona, and then a wonderful play by the captain Jordan Warren to find Josh Walt. And an assist for the debutant Raymond Khalil, Mr. T-Blades, we can call him.
We can hear them from here. They do make a distinctive sound.
And
great period. Very, as you were saying, I think it's one of those things that the coaches kind of cry about because it gets so frantic. And a lot of breakdown in structure, but the Inferno kind of got caught out a little bit in the second half of that period. Just with a few defensive lapses, letting players get through, and then Karuna kind of going coast to coast. And you don't expect that very much in a full contact game of hockey. Typically a player that tries to go coast to coast ends up either shepherded into a corner or knocked into next week. But Karuna got through everyone, and possibly a little bit rusty. Players haven't been playing all that much full contact over summer, and they're just trying to get their eye in. And that's what we're probably seeing the result of here at the moment. But a very entertaining first, and we're just about to get the second period underway. Shots on the net so far for the Bruins 13, the Inferno 8, which is pretty much a mirror reflection or multiplier of their goal scores so far. The Inferno in the white, the Bruins in the orange, about to get underway in the second.
I think Georgia there behind the net, she'd be happy with what she saw first off in for the Inferno, but they fizzled out a little bit after the Bruins started getting their cycle game going, and that's what Jordan Warren wants, how he wants his team to play. So we'll see if the Inferno can get back to what they did early on in that first. And here they are with Alex Rose, finding over to Drake. Drake just over the blue line, drops it for the flying Frenchman, Hector Frolnick. Sending that deep, and with the Inferno player and Chris Drake falling over, it looks like we're going to have a penalty there to Evan Krutzellev. And I think Drakey's smiling a little bit as well. I mean, they must have kind of collided a little bit there, but Krutzellev will be sitting for 2 or less. And this is exactly what the Inferno want, down by 1.
Opportunity to get straight back in. It's our first chance to see the two teams' penalty kills and power plays. The Bruins will be down to 4 players for 2 minutes.
There we go. So Austin McKenzie facing off, 1 there, and Dean Klomp's there looking for it, but it stays in the half wall. So Frelnick back to Klomp, back to Frelnick. Frelnick sends that deep into the corner, and pinching there was Alex Rose as a hard battle happens on the point. So Dean Klomp collects it there on the near wall. He's going to walk the line, take the center space, wind, send it over. Frelnick shot! Oh, just sits that off the side of the ice. Great play by Klomp to find Frelnick, but he's not able to find it. But back comes here for Rose. Rose looking for the teammate, sends that deep into the corner, and they'll cycle that on the half wall. Here's Frelnick there, sending it back to Rose. Rose winds, shot, saved there by Mikey James.
This is why Hector's so dangerous. When you're just getting that puck in the corner on a penalty in a power play, and they just get that opportunity to get the puck across the front.
There we go.
So find someone to pass to.
Hector now deep in the corner. That's where he does his best work. And out comes Klomp. Looks in front, McKenzie, but a great stick there by Laver. Laver battling hard. McKenzie with it now. Sends it back there for Klomp. Looks in front, Frelnick, but a nice job there by Laver again to send that up onto the half wall. But the Inferno still have it. They're battling hard. They've been in for the entire minute and 10 so far. Shot through. Save James. Another shot. Save James. Mikey James again with the flashy save as he looks over, gets the paddle down, and scoops that one in. Let's see that on the replay, Carl.
Great sustained pressure there by the Inferno through this penalty. They've certainly made Mikey James work hard. Where that pays dividends, you might not necessarily score the goal, but you put a lot of hurt into the legs of the other team. They get tired, and it adds up. But the penalty's about to be over.
That was one great paddle save, and Austin McKenzie gave Mikey James a little tap on the head because he knew how close he came. Here's McCoy, though, on the blue line. He was looking deep for Bellick, but that caromed off a skate deep into the corner. So here we go, Matt Knox. He makes a nice move, comes in front, shot, saved by Mikey James. Puck comes in now, Bellick, and we're back 5-on-5, and out of the box. Puck comes out, and now we've got a 2-on-1, just like that. Jordan Warren and Krutzellev. Warren still with it, sends across, and Krutzellev just hit that wide as he had a gaping net on the blocker side there of
I think Warren Kristloff just hung under that puck for just a little bit too long. Just trying to dare it.
Here's Hector Frelnick. I think on that one, if you look at it, Warren wanted to go early, but it was played so well nicely by the Inferno defender. And by the time he had some space, I think Krutzellev was just in a little bit too close. But here they're going to have another chance. Oh, but no. Lee Turner keeps it in, and there's Frelnick looking for Knox. And he's just not able to get a stick on it, but he'll get into the corner first.
Watching Matt Karuna too, he's setting himself up for breakaways very nicely for those rapid transition goals.
And here's the man you just spoke of, Karuna, finds Jordan Warren, another 2-on-1. Warren comes in, finds him, shot off the mask there of Brian McKenzie. So Jordan Warren on his second 2-on-1, this time found Keisha nicely. And here's Warren again, shot, save, and that was a nice little shot pass there. With no angle, just shot that on the far pad as it bounced out into the neutral zone.
Bellick just moving himself back into defense to try and settle it down a bit. I think the Inferno's defense was a little bit rattled.
Yeah, so here comes Jordan Warren once again, and Josh Wall just slightly offside, and that'll get a whistle and allow everyone to catch their breath.
I'm going to second guess what's happening here with Steve Bellick running the Inferno. I think he's moved himself back into D by looking at that last play, to try and stabilise the Inferno defence. They're getting Matt Karuna just getting through on the way too often.
So that was a face-off win by Cutter if you watch closely. He just wanted to shoot that one deep, but his Bruins teammates weren't able to get there first. So that was Laver sending it off over for Birchler. Nice little move, keeping away there, sends it in front, but no one crashing the net. He was looking for Seb Bergstrom just with the putting the nose hard and going to the cage, but that went all the way through. Here's Alex Rose now, reversing it there, and Klomp with a nice move. Oh man, Dean Klomp, you're making it look easy out there. And here comes Hector Frelnick, over, shot, comes up high, save, another shot, save, another shot, save, Mikey James. Oh man, I love this guy, he's so fun to watch.
Hector's not going to give up there either, is he? He was having a great dig. We might see this on the replay too. You can just see how many staves they got. There was just good body positioning there by Mikey James, getting himself in good position.
No matter what.
Hector's just trying to get the puck past him, and it's just not going to go.
Look at those bounces, and he's calm as a cucumber, Mikey James. And he just stayed big there at the top of the crease, and in the end was able to cover up. So puck squirts out into the neutral zone, and back first will be Alex Rose. He looks up ice, and he finds McKenzie, but just bounced off his stick. And here comes Dean Klomp. So Dean Klomp over to Lee Turner. Now here on the half wall, drops it there for Alex Rose with the shot, and that goes off the shoulder there and into the back of the corner, but Lee Turner collects his own rebound. Now up to Frelneck, who takes the shot, and that just bounced off the glove and back into the corner. And first there was Todd Cutter.
Hector shooting high up on Mikey James.
So here puck comes out now. That was Gavin Birchler looking over for Corona, and Ray Khalil will now collect it. He's going to try to shoot that through, and that was Laver just tapping his stick. He was hoping for a pass, but Ray wasn't able to find him. So here we go, a little forecheck here of Gavin Birchler, and despite being 1-on-3, still came out with the puck, and he finds Kruselev. Now over to Laver, just lets it set up. Nice little deflection, save, rebound, another save, puck's out, and Knox gets there first, and he just desperately gets that down the length of the ice.
McKenzie totally lost sight of that one after that first rebound. He lucky to get away with that one that time, the Inferno.
And that was a stretch pass looking for Warren, but intercepted there by Klomp. Nice move to get around Walt. Now with it, sends it. Nice little stick there by James to send that into the corner. Klomp will collect his own rebound, and he'll circle now. Top of the circles. Puck comes out to McCoy. He sends that cross ice, looking for young Kai to get there first, but the Bruins are out. So here come the Bruins, 3 deep. Walt, he's got Warren going across, sends it in front. Save there, McKenzie. Oh, he was going all the way, but the trailing pad able to kick out and make a save there on, I believe it was Matt Corona.
Magnificent save there by McKenzie. He's keeping the Inferno in it at the moment.
So we've had chances at both ends, but a couple very dangerous odd man rushes for the Bruins in the last few minutes, and the Inferno are going to have to find an answer to that. Here's Corona now, going around wide, takes the shot. He was looking high, and that was just a little too high and found the wrong netting.
See what's going on at the moment, Gossie. The Bruins are getting those breaks, and it's Corona who's setting them up. He's just getting behind the Inferno D. You're just pinching it a little bit high, maybe being a little bit too confident in their ability to make that high cap.
I think this is going to be that save here of Brian McKenzie coming through, forced to track the puck, and that trailing pad, which we just missed, was one hell of a save. Well done, Brian. So here are the Bruins now. Gavin Birchler just trying to keep that away from McKenzie, and McKenzie lays the body on him, allowing Hector Frelick to get the puck there, but he's got the puck stolen almost, but Hector able to stay on it and collect it, and now he's in with 3 Inferno players, but Jacob Laver able to send that into the corner with Hector slipping and falling, and here comes the aforementioned Jacob Laver, now skating with it, looking for Cutter, and that just bounced back, and Cutter's going to have to get back on side. Here we are now. Raymond Khalil is going to send that deep into the far corner. Jack McCoy there for the Inferno. Battling hard there with Cutter. Cutter's going to tie him up, looking for support, but first one in is Chris Drake. But puck comes out now for Seth Bergstrom, but Brian McKenzie able to get the oven mitts on that one and cover up.
It's been a pretty frantic first 8 minutes of this second period, Gossie. The Inferno just letting those gaps open up behind them a little bit too much for the Bruins to get those goals, but they've managed to keep them to nothing in this period, and it's been McKenzie who's been keeping them in it.
Definitely. So puck comes out now, shot deflected, and I think McKenzie lost sight of that one, but luckily it went wide. Kruselev was looking for it, but Matthew Knox has it here for the Inferno. He goes inside, outside, trying to walk around young Kruselev, and he takes that behind the net. Kai is looking for the puck there, who looks to be the guy who's moved up forward for Bellick to move back. So we see Kai Narus there playing up on the left wing there with Lee Turner and Matthew Knox. And there's Matt Corona chasing back, but Alex Rose able just to keep him at bay. Turner now finds a nice pass to Klomp, who comes in on his off wing, takes the shot, but an even better stick there by the young Evan Kruselev, allowing that to be deflected high into the netting.
With good vision and a little bit of luck. It takes a bit of luck to get a stick in front of one of them, but if your stick's not there in the way, it doesn't happen. You only get the luck if you're in the right spot. So good play Christoph there to shut down that attack. It's the first time the Inferno have actually looked reasonably dangerous in the last few minutes. It's coming through fast breaks and breakaways, which is often the case.
You've got to be careful, Carl. Oh, shut! Man, what a save there by James. We've got to be very careful. I was going to say, if we keep saying that all these plays are lucky, we might make people think hockey's easy.
Until you play a game, and then you realize very, very quickly that it's not.
Very, very skilled. Hard to be in the right position and get the puck out there. But hell of a save there by Mikey James. And that puck just came out to the middle of the slot, and the Inferno were not able to tap that into the front of the net.
So we're getting a chance now for the Bruins.
So look at this one. Face-off comes. Puck just comes in and just off, I think, the toe of the stick of Mikey James and wide. That could have been a 3-3 game. So here we are, puck in the Bruins zone, and that's sent the length of the ice, and that will be Karusalev sending it up for Cutter, who just tried to chip it past Klomp, who was the first overall pick in the draft, if you remember, and he's already 1 goal to the good here. So there's Birchler with a shot, and that comes out there for Cutter, who's just going to look, just fans on it slightly, which allows that #1 draft pick there, Klomp, to get the puck and send it up to McKenzie. What do you think so far of Dean Klomp? What do you think of his game?
Well, he's quick.
Yeah, great. You know, playing on the defense, he's good on both ends, and you know, he's been leading the offense, really. Getting himself open there in the offensive zone as well. And he just sent that over to McCoy. So here's Philip. He's got an apple tonight, and he's out there with Chris Drake and Austin McKenzie, who has 2 assists here for the Inferno. So let's see if they can heat up and get this game tied. So McCoy just kicks that up to his stick. But Jacob Laver able to corral it, but only for momentarily. Puck comes through to McKenzie, but a great stick there by Captain T-Blade, Ray Khalil.
The Bruins doing a good job of just owning that space in front of the net. The Inferno have got possession, but they're not managing to penetrate into the slot to get a decent shot away.
So McKenzie back to Bellick. Bellick waiting, looking for a lane. Now sends it through. Saved there by Mikey James, who kicks that into the corner. There's Ray Khalil sending it off the half wall, and that won't be enough for icing. There's Josh Walt looking for Warren. Warren in, shot, scores! Josh Walt returns the favor and finds Jordan Warren streaking through the middle, and he makes no mistake as the Bruins now jump to a 2-goal lead with their 4th unanswered goal here.
You can watch how these ones are being set up. We won't see it in the replay because it happens through the top of the defensive zone for the Inferno, but the Bruins are just getting that fast breakaway. They're reading it and just watching for that pass, and they're already moving before the Inferno defensive players are aware of it happening, and that's what's causing those breaks to get through. Goal
scorer's goal. For those of you at home, just a nice hard shot through the wickets. Often can work when you're on the power play, as the goalie's having to worry about left and right and deeks and what are you going to do. Jordan Warren made no mistake there, and let's see if the Inferno now can claw back their own 2-goal deficit, just the way the Bruins did earlier in this game.
Well, they've got some work to do. At the moment, I can't see it happening. I just think the way the Bruins are playing, they're owning the space in front of the net, and then they're getting those rapid transitional goals, which is so dangerous in hockey.
That's exactly what we're seeing. And there we go, shot saved by Mikey James, and I think as you mentioned, the Bruins are really going with that quick transition. The Inferno have had some decent zone time, but it looks like after 2 quick goals there in the first, Mikey James is settling in and making his world-class saves. We're so used to seeing him in this competition.
You can just see the structure that the Bruins are using with collapsing into the slot and just owning that space. And they're never really giving the Inferno much of a chance to get a decent shot away. So although, as you say, they're getting lots of time in the zone and lots of possession, it's not translating to good quality shots, and then the Bruins are just getting those fast breaks. That's where they're scoring.
You can see James starting to control the pace of play now as well, with just over 3 minutes remaining here in the second period with run time. He's covering up every puck that he has an opportunity to. So puck now here in the corner. The Inferno get it back to Knox, and that just bounced off him, and that was a fortuitous bounce with Todd Cutter now with it. He's going to try to walk around Turner, but Turner able to hold his ground. But the Bruins finally get it deep through Bergstrom. Out comes McKenzie, who left it there for Bellick. Bellick's going to try to turn away from Cutter, but Cutter's going to battle hard, but Bellick comes out with it. Stolen there by Corona, who sends a shot, and that goes wide. Captain T-Blade here now with the shot, looking for the deflection in Cutter. That was a great little turning shot there by Khalil that nearly turned into a goal. So Corunna now here battling with Knox. Puck there in for Cutter. He's going to reverse that, and Ray Khalil now into the corner. He's going to just bounce that off as he absorbs a hit. Khalil now battling still with it. Finds the captain there in Bellick, but can't get it out. Shot there by Laver, goes wide. Birchler first to it here for the Bruins. He's got Khalil who'll wind up, find Laver. Laver now with the shot deflection, and that goes wide again. So here's that cycle game now by the Bruins, and Birchler with a nice move, looks across and finds no one, but Laver will get there first for the Bruins. Laver sends it deep for Corunna. Ray Khalil now with it with a shot, and a great stick there by McCoy to deny Captain T-Blade. So here we go. We've got Matthew Knox off the wall, and he'll finally get that out. And we've got some tired bodies, but Jack McCoy just probably, if that was earlier in a shift, might have had the extra move. And here comes Corunna on transition. Looks across, deflected there by Jordan Warren. That comes out now, but only as far as Rose. So Rose with speed now. We've got 3 Inferno players. Rose looking to get it through, but a nice defensive play by Cruz. That puck comes out now, but first to it is Warren, who just fanned on that as Corunna was streaking through the neutral zone and on a break. But a great job there, Warren to Walt, and a glove save by Brian McKenzie.
So where the dominance of the Bruins are showing up in this game so far is that transitional game is absolutely where they're getting their chances. And when the Inferno are coming back, the Bruins D have anticipated it, and they're back waiting for it. And they're playing a much better game of where they're making their challenge for possession as well. They're just doing that beautifully.
Nice little laughter there between Drake and Walt. Drake probably saying, hey, that was a little bit of a trip, and Walt probably saying, hey, you need to learn how to skate.
Stay on your feet,
right?
sunshine.
But always good to see the banter between the players. I know that's one of my favorite parts of the game.
Well, you're a goalie. That's all you get.
Oh man, we get to see your faces when we rob you from a shirt.
Yeah.
So here we go. So Matt Corunna now with 33 seconds remaining, deflects that into the corner, and here's Dean Klopp for the Inferno. Look for a player, intercepted there. It comes to Warren. Warren was looking in front for Corunna, and Corunna nearly picked the pocket there of Lane, but in there, Klomp, he was last man back, the first one in. Showing his speed there, and a stretch pass now. So Walt, last play, 10 seconds, takes a shot, and with that will end the second period as the Bruins, who led in the first 2 goals, go 4 unanswered and lead the Inferno 4-2 at the end of the second period.
No, that's right, Gossie. And what we've seen through this period in particular is, although the Inferno had lots of puck possession and they even had quite a lot of time in the defensive zone of the Bruins are doing an excellent job just owning that space in front of the net, not really giving them any room, not giving them a chance to get in close and get any decent shots away. And they certainly got some shots on. The Inferno got 10 shots that the goalie had to deal with, but none of them were good quality. And so that makes it fairly easy for the goaltender to keep them out. And that makes a big difference. It's those transitional goals, it's those odd player rushes, the uneven man rushes, which the Bruins have got so well, and that's how their goals have been scored. And you can just see that they're doing that very well. And the Inferno are trying to reverse the favour, but the Bruins D are back and organised and controlling it. They're not trying to challenge high and try and lock someone off at the blue line. They're actually going all the way back and making sure they own the space.
You can see Bellick and Georgia there just talking on the Inferno bench. You know, they've had chances this game, right? They've had situations where they've been ahead. They just seem to have a couple of those defensive lapses. And you mentioned it, right? Bellick moved out.
That's all it takes.
Bellick moved out back, and I think Georgia and Bellick will just be talking a little bit about the lineup. They're like, we like what we see with Dean. Like Dean's being able to control the play when he's out there. That line of McKenzie, Froelich, and Drake as well. They've had the puck most of the time in that offensive zone, but I think they'd just be thinking about what they can do to stop that power line there of Walt, Warren, and Corunna.
Yeah, they're so quick at getting through the neutral zone and just opening up, getting behind, and that communication for the passes. And they just look a bit better rehearsed, a bit better prepared than the Inferno at the moment. But Inferno are not going to give up. They're a quality team with some great quality players, and they'll get it organised. And Steve Bellick is no fool. He'll be going into the long break with a really good chat about how they can resolve that and reverse it back around. So we're back in about 10 minutes for the third period of Game 2 of Round 1 of the Pro Summer League here at iceHQ. So we're back with you in about 10 minutes.
This game is our canvas.
Our choice, our freedom.
It's my way.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
It's the only way.
The ice doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't see color or gender.
All it sees is 60 minutes of pure effort.
A pure fun.
On the ice, we might be enemies.
But in the end, we're all allies.
This game's for everyone.
No matter who you are,
No matter where we're from, we're all ready to hit the ice.
Good evening and welcome back to the iceHQ ice rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, where we are 2/3 of the way through round one, game two between the Bruins and the Moat Inferno. Let's score at the moment. 4 goals to the Bruins, 2 to the Inferno, and it started off all Inferno. 2 goals in short order in the first period, and then the Bruins have been 4 unanswered ever since. Toddy Cutter, Matt Karuna, Josh Walt, and Jordan Warren being the painmakers by the Bruins, whereas Chris Drake scored with Dean Klompf for the Inferno early on in the first. It's been mostly a game of breakaways, and that's where the Bruins have done so terribly well through the last 25 or so minutes of the game. And the Inferno needed to do something about it and shut that down. The Bruins have done an excellent job of controlling the space in front of the goal for them in defence, and then getting very rapid transitional breakaways, and the Inferno have let far too many of them through, which has allowed the Bruins to get as many goals as they have in short order. So Anton, how do you think period 3 is going to go?
Yeah, well, I had a little chat there to Mikey James just now before he came out, and he was saying, not the start that he had wanted, but he was thanking his teammates, right? Those 3 quick goals in under 3 minutes really put them back into the driver's seat, and since then, the Bruins really have controlled the play. Interestingly enough, Jordan Warren, he was very confident of his team, and if you go back to the season preview that were posted today on socials, you can hear him talk about how he wanted to have 3 lines. One scoring line, which would be that one that he's on there with Josh Walt and Matt Karuna. A second line that is actually able to go there and get deep and be able to really cycle the puck, and that's what we've seen when Cutter, Birchler, and Bergstrom are out there. So it's playing into the game plan. He's had a plan since the draft, and it seems to be working. But Georgia and Bellick were having a long chat after the second period, and you can see Georgia now talking to young Kai Narus and laying out a couple game plans, and they're going to hope that they have an answer here. They've got
to anticipate those fast breaks earlier to shut them down. That's really the key.
And here you go. So one of the first moves is Dean Klompf's move from defense up to forward as he joins Hector Felnick and Austin McKenzie here on that top forward line. So here's Klompf now, sending it through, but intercepted there by Walt, who crosses over the blue line, cuts around Drake and shot on, and gloved there by Brian McKenzie.
Yeah, first face-off of the third will be a forehand opportunity. No, sorry, it's a backhand opportunity for Josh Walt.
So here's Klompf against Walt, and Klompf wins that one. So he's lived up to his number one draft pick there for the re-entry draft. But he's going to need to give a little bit more if the Inferno hope to get a result, and that was Austin McKenzie getting dumped by Warren, and Matt Karuna comes back, and here's Klompf.
I guess they weren't a little bit lucky not to get a penalty for that one. It was pretty decent check in the back.
So here's Klompf, gets it back to McKenzie. He just tried to walk around Karuna, but Alex Rose was wide open on the far side. And here comes Matt Karuna with speed. He curls into the middle, takes it around to the forehand, waits, takes a shot, and ooh, that was close. Captain Jordan Warren trying to tuck that in on the far side.
Did a good job of getting around a lot of traffic, but the Inferno that time were back in numbers.
So here's Felnick here with the puck. The flying Frenchman sends it across, and that was Alex Rose getting up there, not able to collect it. Puck comes out now for Gavin Birchler, who skates away from Lee Turner. Birchler with speed now, takes it wide, takes just scores. Gavin Birchler with speed off the left wing, takes a shot and puts that top shelf, and that makes it 5 unanswered goals here for the Bruins.
He did make that one look a little bit too easy. It looked like the defence was forcing him out wide to a poor angle, but McKenzie not able to read it, and just gone straight over his right shoulder. We'll see that in the replay here.
McKenzie gets out, but if you look at the replay, the wider angle, Birchler, he takes that wide and he just pokes the puck a little bit to the left, just to change that angle in on the goalie, and a nice hard shot there, top shelf, tough one for McKenzie. And here come the Inferno, but a nice save there by Mikey James to deflect that into the high net.
So the Inferno to give themselves.
So here you go. You can see this on here now. So as Birchler comes in, you watch. He just takes that a little bit wide and changes the angle and sends that high.
The Inferno are definitely going to need for Klompf and to Hector to really step up and assert a bit more dominance up forwards. They've been threatening, but Vilnick's been pretty quiet for the last half hour.
So one may argue here With two periods completed in the second game of round one, it's looking much like it ended last season, right? The Dogs, although pushed to the limit by the snipers on the very short bench, were able to become victorious there, and the Bruins just looking to be a little bit too much for the Inferno at this moment. Here's Bellick, shot in. That's gloved down by Lee Turner. He gets hit hard by Ray Khalil there, but puck comes out for Knox. And Knox gets the body hit again there by Khalil. So Captain T-Blades playing that hard hitting there. So
Bruins in quickly on that rush again.
And that's offside, which will allow the Inferno just to corral the puck. And just a pass just out of the reach there of Bellick. But a nice back check by McCoy just broke that up. But here's Birchler now, sends it in front, looking for Walt. Walt steals that off Knox. He takes it to the backhand, cuts in front, but a great stick check there by Lee Turner to prevent the shot. Puck caroms down, and the icing is waved off, which will allow the Inferno to change. And off comes Dean Klomp and Hector Furlan. The Flying Frenchman out here hoping to claw back a little bit of this lead that the Bruins have been out. But there's Walt with the shot. But that goes high and wide. Warren tried to cut that back, but Hector Furlan gets the puck. Coming through the middle now is Dean Klomp. Looks in front for McKenzie. McKenzie shot saved by James there. Klomp now in the far corner. Sends it back for Rose. Rose looks in front for McKenzie. Chipped in. Blocker saved by James. Warren now just keeping the... Walt now over the blue line, drops it for Corona, comes into the slot. The shot, scores! Matt Corona with his second goal of the game. And just like that, the Bruins now out to a 5-goal or 4-goal lead, 6-2, with 6 unanswered goals.
The Bruins are just making it all look a little bit too easy. It's that fast break, and they get some space. And the Inferno just not able to own the space in front of the net well enough and prevent those good shots. And Brian McKenzie not having a good day anymore.
This line has been on fire. That's their 4th goal, 2 for Corona and 1 each for Walt and Warren. The Inferno have had no answer for that. And there's a nice shot there by Hector Fronek, but an even better save by Mikey James. Puck comes out now. Here's Rose, walks in, winds up, shot. Comes out, and Maver just gloves that down, and he'll send that, he'll rim that around, and that'll go all the way, but icing waved off as Chris Drake was able to get there first. He's gonna rim that up for McKenzie, who just loses that in the skates of the linesman. And I'm sure he'll receive a few words from the Inferno bench if the puck goes in here. And there's Cutter, squirts out there for Seb Bergstrom, but wasn't able to collect that on the forehand. Ray Khalil just chips that in on McKenzie, and he'll cover up, and wanted to play that to Rose there, but probably just hesitating a little bit too long.
Well, they might be thinking in the moment about trying to look after their percentage rather than go hammer and tongs for goals. But for mine, I'd be throwing caution to the wind and try and replicate what the Bruins have been doing. Get those stretch passes going to the fast-moving wingers on the break.
Well,
that's how they're going to score.
At this point, it's a 9-round season. I mean, I know you talk about percentage, but there's plenty of games to be played.
There is.
At this point, you just want to try to find an answer to the Bruins, because, after that second goal that went in for the Inferno, it's been all Bruins. So here's Jordan Warren, the captain of the Bruins, coming in through the neutral zone. He cuts through, still has it, but just loses it there to Jack McCoy. But gets to the puck first, reverses it back for Walt. Bellick there, the captain of the Inferno, is going to battle hard, and he's going to reverse that over for Knox. So here comes Knox now for the Inferno. He's got Kainarus with him, but not able to keep the puck, and the puck comes out to the goal scorer, Matt Corona. Here comes McCoy, though, steals it, stops up, nice little move, but Nathan Keisha able to stick with it and poke check that one away.
That's been the real difference there. Keisha was always back there and had that breakaway covered. So the Bruins are the Inferno are trying to get those fast breaks, but the Bruin D are reading it too well. And they're anticipating it, getting back and shutting it down.
What a save there by McKenzie. And nice little chip out, and here comes Hector Fronek. The Flying Frenchman flying across the line, but a great poke check there by Evan Karutsalev, and he gets hit there by Klomp, and with it is Fronek. Now with it, Hector turns. He's got Klomp looking for it, sends it for shots! Saved by Mikey James. What a seeing eye pass there by Hector Frelnick over to Austin McKenzie.
I'm looking at Mikey James at the moment. He didn't see that coming.
Hey, he was in position, man. You got to give the goalie more credit than what he's due. Come on, man. Here's Austin McKenzie. So McKenzie now with it. Winds across shot. Stick save there by James. Puck now with Dean Klomp. He's got his head up. He's looking, tries to battle across Khalil, but Khalil laying the body. So he, the Captain T-Blades, we can call him. He's becoming a little bit of a bruiser. He's battling hard there in the corners and not allowing the easy movement in and around him. Intercepted there. Puck goes in, and that's on the net. And McKenzie just wants to keep the puck going. You have to remember, time is not on their side. And here comes Dean Klomp. Comes through, shot. Oh, and that just almost squeaked through, but James was able to get a piece of it.
It went through just about everything except the net.
And there's a glove save there by Mikey James. So, 2 early goals by the Inferno on James. But after that, he's stopped everything he's seen, and that's 24 straight shots.
Steve Bellick got a little bit frustrated. I think he was coming into this game thinking they'd be a lot more competitive than they have been. And they did start off that way, but they haven't been able to keep it up for 25 minutes or so, 9 minutes to play in the third.
Well, it's a very early season, and if you remember last year, the Snipers were last at the time of the mid-season draft, and they ended up going all the way to the championship, only to lose to the Doggies as they did tonight. So here's Jacob Laver behind the net now. He's going to backhand that puck over. Puck's going to come out to Keisha. Find down over to Laver, who's going to send that deep into the corner for Matt Corona to battle there against Bellick. Corona, though, twisting and turning. Again, still with the puck. Looking in front. Finds Keisha, who winds, takes a shot, save McKenzie. Puck comes out, and Kaineru's just looking forward there for Turner. Just misses him, and with that deflection, icing has been waved off. So 8 minutes remaining, or just over 8 minutes remaining here, and the Bruins are up by 4, 6-2, with 6 unanswered goals. Nathan Keisha sends it through to Walt. Walt backhand, and that just hit the side of the net as McKenzie didn't leave much. Puck comes out, Corona. Nice save there by McKenzie.
And once again, there was that odd player rush there. The Bruins had three players charging in on the net, and not enough there back for the Inferno to protect it.
So here's Knox. Nice move just to keep that away from Walt. And with speed is Lee Turner. In over the blue line, takes a shot. And that easily into the glove there of Mikey James.
So you can just see that from that previous break where another scoring opportunity was set up by the Bruins. They come in here and they've got players charging the net and players floating around unmarked. And the Inferno just not covering them up well enough. They need to sort that out.
So face off here, Dean Klomp against Cutter, and Klomp ties up Cutter, allowing Fronick to get the puck, and he's battling hard here. Twist, turns, gets it on the backhand, looks over for McKenzie, who turns, gets it through to Klomp. Klomp now with it, squirts in front, but no one there for the Inferno, and out come the Bruins through Seth Bergstrom and Gavin Birchler, but Hector now with it again. He's just going to corral this back and allow some of his players to give him some support. He's going to skate it in himself now over the blue line, takes it wide, drops it for McKenzie. A little bit of a knuckle puck there, just bounced off the blocker of James, and out comes Gavin Birchler, evades one check, takes it to the backhand, curls. He's got Khalil open, but not able to find him, and Birchler still with the puck on a string. Has it, takes a shot, blocked there by Rose, and Hector with it now. So he's got some space, and he's going to go. He's being chased by Cutter, but here comes Frelnick. Nice move, and a hit there by Karuslev as he stood up just as Frelnick was looking to get by him.
You can see there was 3 Bruins back there covering Hector. He had nowhere to go.
He almost got that.
Almost.
But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right?
Yep, that's the one.
So here's Klomp over at Drake, in front shot!
Oh, there you go.
Scores! There we go. Dean Klomp passes the puck up to Knox, who sends it over to Drake. And just like the first minute of the game, Chris Drake puts the puck in the back of the net and claws one back as the Bruins now lead by 3, 6-3.
Well, that's a goal for pride, that one. They desperately needed it to get a bit of spring in the steps. You noticed the last couple of minutes are a bit down, but that'll pick them up hopefully. And we might see a bit more intensity in the last 5 minutes of this game.
Nothing Mikey James can do there. But 6-3, nice job there by the Inferno. Starting to get some speed, as you said, a little bit of pride. But with 5 minutes remaining, if they can get one more, and then with the stop time, potentially, they could get back into this game.
Just remember that the Bruins are the Bruins. They're not the Leafs.
I have no comment. So here we go. Here's young Kai battling hard, and Jacob Laver is just going to carom that off the glass and get that deep. The Inferno looking for those stretch passes that you were mentioning earlier, but not able to connect. And Jacob Laver head up, has a look, and he's just going to bounce that off the boards. But that only found Lee Turner. So here's Klomp now, and he's been all over the puck. He's going to go through. Nice, stays with it. Still with it is Klomp. He's getting stick checked there by Corona, and Corona with that defensive zone surely saved the goal. But here's Hector. Over. Back to Hector. Scores!
Hector Frolnick.
What a passing play. Hector Frolnick collects the puck and gives and goes with Lee Turner and finds the back of the net. And just like that, the Bruins are only up by 2.
Now, Gossi, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that is an example of a perfect goal. Beautiful play. The goalie was totally nothing he could do it. He had to cover one, then he had to cover the other option. And Hector comes through, picks up the dirty laundry.
Yeah, that's a classic. Hector finds Lee Turner and just goes straight to the net. And Lee unselfishly sends it right back. And Mikey James, nothing he could do. And just like that, now 6-4. We got 10 goals in this game. So here's Hector, and you can see that goal's gone straight to his legs. He wants it, but unfortunately loses that to Seb Bergstrom. So here's Seb now, passes it up to Birchler now, and they're just going to want to try to cycle that puck and kill some more time as there's only 4 minutes remaining here.
So Klomp and Vector Vrlnik, they're really combining, starting to do what they needed to do right from the start, and that's working well for them now at last.
Yeah, we're looking at 2 points so far for Drake, 2 points for Klomp, 2 points for McKenzie, and 2 points for Hector. But leading all is Josh Walt now with 3 points, a goal and 2 assists. Jordan Warren with a goal and assist, and Matt Corona, the off-season trade target with 2 goals. So great game, right? Lots of scoring.
What's starting to happen with Klomp and Vrlnik? Vrlnik's floating up really high, waiting for that long stretch pass, which is exactly what they need to do. They needed to be doing it earlier, they're doing it now.
I would be surprised if Georgia took these guys off. I think they're going to play. They're going to play most of these remaining 3 minutes, as they're the guys that are getting all around the net. So here's Hector now with the puck. Just had to kick it to his stick. He's being watched there by Warren, able to find it. Comes out there, and Walt just has to wait for Corona to touch up, and just didn't wait long enough.
Just a smidge offside. That does good things for the Bruins because it runs the clock down until we get down to 2 minutes.
We're at stop time now, so we've stopped here at 2:55. So must be like last 5 minutes then.
Must be. We should find out and clarify that.
Yeah, but here comes the Bruins, and that shot there by Kruslev off the stick of Klomp, and that goes out. So as I thought, Klomp's still out on the ice, and he's out there with Lee Turner now, and Matthew Knox. And I imagine they'll be the next guys coming off the bench will be Austin McKenzie and Hector Vrlnik.
And they've got Bellick back in D. He's a little experiment earlier of trying to play forward, hasn't worked, so they moved him back to D. That was probably the right decision.
Wins the face-off. Klomp able to collect it. He curls on the half wall. Finds Turner, who gives it back to Klomp. So Klomp in, looks through the middle, drops it there, but just wasn't able to connect with Lee Turner. And there comes the Bruins. Matt Corona lays the body. Walt picks up the loose puck there, sends it over to Corona. Corona in shot, scores! Matt Corona with the hat trick, and that's the dagger in the heart, the dousing of the fire. That is it. The Bruins with their 7th. Get your hats on the ice. Matt Corona doing exactly what Jordan Warren would have wanted, and looks like he'll be stopping the comeback here by the Inferno.
Yeah, it was pretty good play there. It's a transitional game. Again, it almost looked like Steve Bellick had it shut down, but they managed to sneak through.
You know, if you look at that, if you look at a lot of the goals tonight, they talk about that royal line, that goes right through the middle of the net. The middle of the ice, from net to net, and you want to try to get the puck across from one side to the other side as many times as you can. And the Bruins have done a much better job, just moving the puck, from one side to the other and finding that open man. And that was an example there.
I dare say that'd be their game plan. I think the Inferno have probably looked to play a more traditional game, and it's just being absolutely pantsed.
So here, Lee Turner, nice face-off win. With 2 minutes remaining, we can't say it's over completely, but I would be very surprised if they could come back here. But nice pass by Klomp, and just fanned on it there was
A lot of things
was
need to go
Knox.
right for the Inferno to win it, but they could get another goal back. They've got 2 minutes.
Here we go. So Turner with the shot, and that just misses. I think Georgia and Bella can be very impressed with their first overall pick. Klomp, he's played a lot of minutes this game, and he's made some great plays. Just maybe got a little bit of those 3 minutes there, right, in the first period where they let in those 3 goals. That just seems to be the difference right now.
Yep.
So here's Cutter behind the net. The puck comes out to the aforementioned Klomp. He's got that, reverses it over to McCoy. McCoy winds, takes a shot, intercepted there by Cation. Here comes Cutter. So Cutter's got the puck, but back checking hard is Bellick, and it's a 2-on-1. Cutter stops, reverses shot, scores. There you go. So Todd Cutter outweights the captain of Steve Bellick, sends it across, and just like moments ago, nothing Brian McKenzie can do as Seb Bergstrom pots that in the back door and gets number 8.
Bellick was back there on his own in the 2-3-on-1 rush. It's just been their weakness all through this game, the Inferno. They have to shut that down, otherwise they might score goals, but they're not going to score enough if they're going to let that many of those quick breaks get through on them.
Well, it looks like the confidence of Jordan Warren at the draft, saying he was sure his team was going all the way without a loss. I mean, 8 goals, they played exactly the way that he wanted them to play. So, touche to you, Mr. Warren. And here's Hector tapping his stick. You know he wants another one. They're playing for pride now.
He's got 55 seconds to do it. It's possible. They may well get another goal.
So here comes Walt. Drops, takes a shot into the chest there of Brian McKenzie. And look, I mean, 8 goals against, it's definitely not Brian McKenzie. You know, there was that one there on the corner. It was very unlucky that squeaked through, right? But you could argue a very similar one happened over to Mikey James on the other side. The Inferno have just been they've been doused with fire. Nothing left. They've just been eaten alive here and cut through the neutral zone. And you know, the puck movement by the Bruins have just been way too good for the defense there of the Inferno. And here with a delayed penalty here, puck comes back, shot through, that goes wide, and as Chris Drake touches that up, we'll have a
32 seconds of power play for the Bruins to finish the game, which is certainly not what the Inferno would like. The Bruins with a chance now to take it up to 9-4, which is a bit embarrassing for the Inferno. I think they'd be pretty disappointed with this game and how it's gone. A lot of good lessons for them. They can fix it. It's not an unsolvable problem. They just need to change the mindset of their defence. So they cut down on those fast breaks. That's what's torn them apart.
I think if we look back to it, right, there was 3 goals in 3 minutes, right? Those were 3 unanswered goals. And then, you know, once it went up to that 5-3 moment, you know, you got to start, you know, being a little bit more aggressive. And the Bruins have just been way too good and being able to capitalize on those odd man rushes.
Yeah, it's not that the Inferno are lacking in offensive power. I mean, with Vilnek and Klomp, they can certainly score goals. We've seen it, and they've scored some absolutely beautiful goals.
Birchler nearly potted number 9 there, and the Bruins just working hard. The puck comes in and out loose, comes out there for Keisha now. He's got it, winds up, takes a slap shot, and that was a slap pass over to Warren, and he couldn't deflect that in. And there we go, the end of round 1. The Bruins, they're led by their captain, their number 1 line there, with 6 unanswered goals after going down 2-0, end up winning 8-4. Or sorry, not unanswered goals. Eventually they were answered, but you know, 6 goals sandwiched by 2 goals by the Bruins. They lose 8-4, and back to the drawing board for the man on fire. He's gonna have to go get some fire lighters or something from Bunnings, because there's no flame left in that team after that game.
They'll need to have a look at their defensive structures and see if they can sort that out a bit better, because they're certainly a team with a load of talent. We saw it, some absolutely beautiful goals. One of the nicest goals I've ever seen was that combination with Hector and Turner and McCoy. That was just absolutely superb. But it was the quick breaks that they let get away so many times, and that's just what tore them to pieces. Yeah,
Klomp looks good. Frelnick looks good. McKenzie looks great as well. Knox did well too. But I mean, the Bruins were just the big bad Bruins, right?
They were. And at the end of round 2, the Bruins will be on top of the ladder. The CCM Dogs will be second. And on percentage or goals plus minus, the Snipers will be third on the ladder, and the Moat Inferno will be bottom of the ladder. We will be back next Friday night, hockey night, here at the iceHQ ice rink. Come along and enjoy the show. It's fantastic hockey, or watch us on the live streams. Either one is great for everyone, and enjoy.